exciting.
On to you. All right, it's the big Ouya Q&A here for all you people that are curious about what the Ouya has and what it has to offer. My name is Jesse Sosa, creative director for and owner of Dinosaur Games, local indie place here in Dallas. Or I'm not in Dallas anymore. I'm in Austin. Came from Dallas. For those of you that don't know, I've been in the industry for a long time, and I got fed up with the publisher model. You know, I worked at Terminal Reality for a good 9 years and just saw all the trouble that they went through just trying to get games approved and the hoops that you have to jump through, and just, it's terrible. I mean, all of us here worked on games, some of us maybe not, but for the most part, a lot of us worked on games, and you get to see what publishers do to games. They tear them down and they water them down. You get this, product that's just watered down, meant to appease everyone. A lot of us here want to make our own games, and we want to make games that mean something to us and to other people. I want to see, by show of hands, how many people here are indie, you know, actually are doing their own games and all that, like bam, straight up front. Okay. How many of you have actually put out independent games on the marketplace? You can go buy them right now. How many of you are working on that? Okay. Now we're going to do disciplines. Artists. Start off with that. Okay. Programmers. Designers. How about sound? All right. What's left? Producers. Yeah, I guess producers. I mean, I guess an indie team needs a producer, right? How many in here have been in the game industry 10 plus years?
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, how many, well, I guess everyone else, I guess, is 10 below, right? How many of you are new, like straight out of college, getting ready to try and do something?
Oh, right. Come on.
I'm actually pretty impressed at the 10 plus club. 20, I guess I heard someone throw out a 20. All right, we got a 20, a couple 20s. 25? You want to be the anyone 25?
26.
Is it just you? I guess you win. 28. 28. He wins the championship here. Uh-oh, what's over there? 22. 22. Okay.
Oh, 21.
21. Not bad. Yeah. 22. Still in the league.
22.
Awesome.
We're talking about canceled games?
No, we're just talking about years experience.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's actually pretty good. It makes me feel good that maybe I'm not alone and, you know, being in the game industry 12 years and just deciding, you know, fuck this, I need to get out of this and do my own thing. It's nice to see. I was actually very surprised at the 10 plus club, so that makes me feel so much better. All right. Well, with us today we got Bob and Julie from Ouya. We all know the Kickstarter success that Ouya is. They've been shipping out their dev console. Who here has a dev console right now? Sweet. Nice.
Technically by attrition.
That is real nice. Apparently there's a party going on. You want to talk about the party?
Always. That's why we did this, to throw a big party. So March 28th during GDC will be our unveiling. So that's when all the Kickstarter backers will start getting their units and the initial games will be on there, and we will celebrate doing something truly amazing that wouldn't have happened without you guys.
Congratulations.
We're not there yet. No jinxing. I'm gonna knock on some wood.
I'll let them both introduce themselves since they know their titles and stuff much better than I do.
Normally I do the Ouya intro, but Bob is representing us at IndieCade this year in New York, and it will be the first time that he does it. So you guys are his practice audience to do the Ouya pitch.
Hey everybody. I woke up one morning and Julie said I was going to New York to do IndieCade, so this is my baptism by fire. What should I say? My name is Bob. I'm like the dev relations guy, so I would like to talk to anyone who likes to talk about games, who has a game he would like to put on Ouya. Ouya, I guess I don't need to say anymore, but this is the $99 gaming console, and we appreciate you guys being here.
What makes it special?
What makes us special?
Why do developers love us?
Oh, okay.
Why should they love us? Because it's 99. Because we're open.
You don't have to rent the dev kit. it cost 10 grand?
Yes!
Holy shit!
Low barrier of entry.
So we're open.
You can root it.
Our dev kit doesn't cost 10 grand. You can root it. You can take it apart. You can open that thing up. There's rumors you can hack it.
You can get a PlayStation 3 controller working on it. You can get an Xbox 360 controller tethered to it as well. So that's pretty nice.
Pretty cool.
I've got a couple left over.
How easy it is to get a game on Ouya.
So it's easy to get a game on Ouya, if you guys haven't heard. Actually, I can show you how easy it is. We just updated to our latest version, 0.68. Julie's laughing at how terribly I'm doing at this.
We're
But
keeping things
our
casual.
Our newest addition is the actual functioning Ouya store, and so I hooked this up to the Wi-Fi. And so, like right now, people are putting games onto the Ouya store. There was 3 on here yesterday, and now there's more of them. So yeah, you just set it up, go into a game, just pick one, like Mad Monkeys, download it. I don't want to just watch a download screen right now. And then that'll appear in your games. So devs are already figuring out that they can get some like free placement right now, so they're just putting their stuff on here. One of my favorite games is, how bad is this right now?
You're doing great.
Okay.
You're doing awesome.
One game I like is Stalagflight. It's pretty cool. This guy put this on here. He didn't even put his name, so I need to reach out to him. Oh, it's Emil. Something.
Jacob Korsgaard.
And Jacob Korsgaard. So I can hand it off to anyone who would like to give it a try. So there's a lot of physics in this game. So basically, you point a direction and then push the O button, and you will get a boost. And so now you want to get to each stalactite. So what's fun about this game is it's ridiculously easy and ridiculously hard at the same time. It's super frustrating. My girlfriend doesn't play games at all, and she will not.
Needs to find that guy from
She will not pass the stakes casting on this game. So we have like we have a running competition. We have a running competition at the office. I see it says so you're at 9 meters right now. It's about one jump. I topped out at 174. The highest person in our office is about 450 meters.
There you go.
That's not me. So this kind of illustrates to me how awesome this can be. You can make a game, and then everyone's sitting here making fun of how bad you're doing, or how good you're doing once you start figuring it out. So there's there's physics involved. You can rotate the stalactite and launch yourself. Built on Unity engine. This was actually a submission for Create Game Jam. It was a 10-day game jam we did.
Now we're learning. Look at that.
So this is a game somebody built in 10 days. And
They built it how long?
10 days.
Okay, I think it's 10
They
minutes.
built this in 10 days?
10 days.
10 days. How many days?
How many?
10!
So this
How
game,
many people built this?
believe it or not, was built in 10 days by 2 people.
2 people. Okay.
10 days, 2 people.
That's a llama!
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to go to IndieCade, and I'm gonna practice this speech.
You're doing great!
I'm gonna use some of the tips you guys have given me
Right.
to work on my elevator skills. Or does it 4-letter word?
How easy
We want to
is
adapt
it?
to
How
the
accessible
controllers
can we get this?
and not just port regular Android games over.
So Paul's very stoked about this idea about adapting to the controller versus just a simple port, which is something that, again, is relatively easy to do, especially if you're already on Android.
How easy is it?
Relatively?
We have a controller API. We actually built a Unity API, so if you're developing in Unity, we try to make it really easy for you to bring the games over to Ouya. And then we've got just a bunch of people in the Ouya forums that use other engines other than Ouya that are starting to build APIs and hooks for us. So we've got a Kronos one going right now, and a couple of others. So we're trying to make it as easy for you guys to build games and bring it over. Ports are great if they're good games, but obviously the games that are best are the ones that really leverage the platform. We have we're finalizing that 501 audio works, 3D gaming works on Ouya. As Jesse was saying, it's Bluetooth enabled, so you can use the Ouya controller or any other peripheral accessory you want. And you know, I think Bob's showing this game because it's really what we think is the promise of Ouya, which that they can be inventive, creative games that won't be available anywhere else because it's easier and faster and just a fun platform.
See, now he's figured out the physics spin here.
Go on. What's a meter?
I know one of the questions that some of the people have is if you guys could just kind of go into what's actually in the hardware for the people that actually don't have a dev kit yet.
So we're on the NVIDIA Tegra 3. There's 8 gigs of flash storage, 1 gig of RAM. Put a fan on there to really crank it up. And
we have a micro USB port,
USB.
so you guys can connect it directly to your PC and Mac. Because it's not a mobile device and we don't have to balance power with battery life, you can run all 4 cores of the Tegra device and get up to 1.6 gigahertz. It's Wi-Fi, yeah. Ooh. It's Wi-Fi and Ethernet. It has Wi-Fi and it has Ethernet. And it also has a USB drive so that you can connect a hard drive to it and also have it, you know, through the micro USB, have it connected up to your system.
Wi-Fi and?
Now, final retail units, will they keep the USB
Yeah,
port?
both.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, because every Ouya is a development console, so it comes with the ODK, it comes with the micro USB, and that's actually one of those, you know, you eat your own dog food things. So when we got our first PCBs, our printed circuit boards, we actually had to. We were challenged to find a connector that would turn our USB into a micro USB, and they were constantly flipping it in and out, and it was so frustrating. It took us about a day before we made the call that we were adding a micro USB port. And then Bob mentioned the other big add from the original specs is the fan, because we wanted to make sure you guys could get it up to 60 frames per second, or really, you know, have killer graphics, whatever was really important to you. The fan comes on as need basis and runs at about 20 decibels. Ambient sound is like 60 to 75, so you won't hear it.
Can you put apps on external storage, or is it just for?
Yeah, you can sideload apps. Yep.
Has anyone tried overclocking it yet? No.
People have,
That's
yeah.
a serious question. Has anyone tried overclocking it?
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. Because then I get quoted for saying something and then I get in trouble later. So what I'm allowed to say is that it is a quad-core A9 Tegra 3 chip that when all four cores are running, it goes at 1.6 gigahertz.
Now, another thing, for some of the people that don't follow the updates on the Ouya side, you guys just recently announced improvements to the controller. You might want to kind of go over that.
Yeah, so we've improved the D-pad. You can actually see an image on either of these 2 screens. We've improved the D-pad, we've improved the triggers, we've more rubberized the sticks, and
Touchpad?
I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, no, the touchpad, and actually something interesting. The development consoles, the material wasn't that great, so it kind of feels like it sticks. It's going to be a lot smoother for the consumer build, and we're actually, I think, making another tweak, because as gorgeous as that looks, it shows fingerprints.
Oh, thank
It's
God.
like you don't know until you build it, and so now I think we're tweaking the material a little bit, but we're adding rubberized tops to the sticks because they were slippery. We changed the ergonomics of the triggers to make them more comfortable, and so they don't sort of catch. And then the big change is the D-pad. You know,
Yeah.
and it's really a personal preference thing, is what we found out. But the idea that inadvertent diagonal pushes is such a frustrating experience, we decided to go with the cross.
That was one of the things as a developer, being on the forums, like first day, we all got our dev consoles, everyone was talking about that D-pad, and it's real nice to know that, they've changed it. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and we've been continuing to listen and take your feedback, and it's phenomenal, and keep it coming. We see a lot of great things on our forums. The plan for release is, in March, the Kickstarter backers get all their units, rolling up to a big launch in June. So that gives us time, again, to keep improving our ODK, to getting more features and functionality in, and to keep getting feedback to make sure it's, a wonderful experience by the time it's, open to the world. So keep giving us feedback.
You want to go into the Amazon stuff and all that?
Yeah, so on Tuesday morning at 12:01 Pacific time, we announced pre-sale programs with Amazon US and Canada, GameStop, Best Buy, and Target. So you can pre-order Ouyas on those retail sites, and the plan is to be in physical retail in June. So we really want to support you guys and get your games into as many people's hands as possible.
So all we'll need is like the Ouya, and then we'll get the dev kit and everything, like the SDK, and be able to build.
You can download
download it now.
So we call it the ODK because we're obsessed with the O. We're working on the O rank. It's getting really bad. But yeah, so you can download the ODK today from devs.ouya.tv, and there's an emulator in there, and there's reference hardware. So if you don't have a dev console, there's suggestions as far as what type of hardware to use to test and run the games. And now, I mean, Bob gave a really good example. I mean, right now, while it's still in just the devs' hands, people can upload it to the store. It's probably a great way to say, hey, I just posted my game to the store, take a look at it, email me comments, questions, thoughts, bugs. It's a great sort of closed beta.
It also, the ODK also comes with the Unity plugin, so you can build out of Unity.
Nice. So what is your, what's the goal on, I gotta ask on the education level. So if you're gonna go, the accessibility is obvious, and the fact that you guys tie into Unity is fantastic. But I'm gonna have plenty of students at my school who are gonna have problems getting into this. How open are you guys getting in on the actual community aspect and trying to create some kind of community to allow educational and more insight about how to exploit what you guys are offering and how people can tie things together who are on the outside just eager to learn?
Sure. So that's going to evolve, but a couple of things that we've done to date. One thing is on Ouya, because we have these two audiences that we care, equally about, which are the developers and the gamers. Our top line nav is actually really simple, and one of the categories is what you guys see as make, that I think will become, what you guys see as devs, which will become make for launch, and it actually doesn't go away. So as a gamer, when you boot up Ouya, you will see a make channel, and all of it, and as this will evolve, will be about how do you make games and how do you learn about games, and eventually there'll be an opportunity for developers to talk directly to gamers by being able to have their community there, or behind the scenes, or whatnot, and that's something that's going to evolve. So that's obviously one way we want to help. You can be a student and launch a game on Ouya. You can be a student and have a television-based game. So we have plans to have just a student channel. We have plans to have student competitions between the great schools here, USC and Carnegie Mellon and New York, and because great ideas come from everywhere. I said here first.
Yeah, I want all of it.
There you go. And then I'm working on a program as far as just donating of Ouyas to schools so that you guys can learn.
That's fantastic. I know that there's a lot of high schools that would be eager because this platform, in my short time at ACC, this platform is something that the communities that don't have a lot of game developers in terms of depth, like Austin does, or even the West Coast does. Austin's not even nearly the depth that other places are. And they want to reach out, and this is something that they're excited about. I know the mic group is, they can't stop chomping at it, so.
How many dev kits do you have?
0.
How many do you want?
One is enough to actually get us going. Nice.
It will be emailed tonight. You'll get it next week.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
How many units do y'all expect to ship to retail?
Oh, don't worry.
I don't know.
What was the question?
How many units do you think are going to ship in June? I don't know. We just, we literally just launched the pre-sale programs. One of the reasons we're doing that, other than just showing the accessibility and the growth, is for us to get a good gauge of what we think the demand is going to be. So I actually truly don't know. I hope it's as many as I can afford.
What about non-gaming apps?
We will have non-gaming apps. The brilliance of it being on Android is that we will have non-gaming apps. We focus on gaming. Every decision we make is about gaming as far as performance and feature set, but we made announcements that we'll have apps at launch such as XBMC and Plex and iHeartRadio and Vivo and TuneIn. We've got a number of video streaming applications.
Hulu?
Yeah. Within an hour, I had Netflix running on there.
Really?
Yeah, I just first thing I did was I went and I got the Android Amazon Market APK. Just copied it over, and then I was able to go on there. I downloaded the trials for like Sonic.
So you
and,
hacked the box?
Oh yeah, like, within an hour, I had all kinds of retro gaming experiences on my box, and it just ran like nothing. It was just like, sweet, this is awesome, and that just kind of showed me how accessible it was to anyone.
In addition to doing what Jesse does, we will partner with them to optimize it for our performance. But for launch, we will have a good suite of, both streaming, music, and video.
Netflix or Hulu would be tight.
You'll be happy.
It works. It works really well, and that's from an APK that is not optimized for the Ouya. It was a straight up. This is something you can just get from the Amazon Marketplace.
Awesome.
Do you want to?
No!
400 pin.
Yes!
400 pin. That's your goal, baby. Come on.
Highest score tonight gets a dev console.
Woo! Quick Bob Martin, I can pass it off. Pass the controller on the left-hand side. Come on, let's go.
One of the things that I know was just announced was your plan for Ouya 2, Ouya 3. If you want to kind of go into that and kind of clear up any kind of misconceptions.
I already want more RAM,
Well, I mean, look, the statement needs to be put into perspective, which is we want to make sure that we're leveraging the best performing chips, that we're putting as much into it as possible and keeping the price point as low as we possibly can or lower. Things change every single year, and we're going to want to take advantage of it. Every game, every piece of content will be backward compatible. It's not as if you have to get it every year. It's more about we want to just keep providing a great experience and release when it makes sense to leverage a ton of content that's already optimized for, as well as what people are looking for.
Not too often for you. Like Apple screws us every time they release a new device. Like every 2 years, come out with a new Ouya, perfect. More than that, you're just hurting us.
Yeah.
That's something that
really, every 2 years new Ouya, I'm happy, I'll support it forever. That's great. But Apple comes out with a new iPad, they add another 300K or a meg. I will kill them for renting the iPad.
So consistent spec is important.
And absolutely.
No,
Yeah, I agree.
Consistent spec, but a tempered release cycle.
I will promise you a tempered release cycle.
Awesome.
Done.
That'd be awesome.
We will have a tempered. That's a great way of saying it. I'm going to quote you and call it mine.
Please do.
Tempered release cycle. Get there.
Just tempered. New hardware comes out, it's better every year. That's awesome. Just don't punish the devs every 6 months. Every 6 months,
and I'm not being facetious. Every decision we make is to make sure that it's right for developers and right for gamers. And if it's right for one and not for the other, we don't do it. So I'll give you a great example. Early on, everybody wanted an Ethernet port. So it was like, okay, can we give you an Ethernet port and keep the price at $99? Yes? Okay, done. And the same thing, we added the micro USB and the fan without changing the specs or making someone pay for it.
Awesome.
So that's how we look at things.
Awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's I know that's pretty important to me. I'm a technophile, so every year is fine by me. But just keep in mind that we don't have to keep buying them every year. As a developer, I can totally see that because you're constantly trying to aim for something, and if it keeps changing, it becomes very difficult to do so. But I have full faith in Ouya. They've listened so far. Everything in a month, they've made so many announcements, addressing our concerns. So I'm pretty happy with all that.
Awesome.
Do we have any general quick?
I was just going to say one of my favorite things about the Ouya is the low barrier of entry. But when I talk about that, one of the first questions that people obviously ask is discoverability. They want to know, how are people going to find good content and not have to, die in a wash of Sturgeon's Law.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and that's something that's obviously really important to us. Having a beautiful box and even great content doesn't mean anything if people can't find it. So we're trying to address it, I think, a different way. One is separating content that's new to the box versus content that has been declared as good because it's had enough, positive ratings or some other metric that is considered it good, and sort of separating the two and sort of making it be a goal to get out of the new box into the storefront.
Right.
But as it relates specifically to discovery, so we believe pretty strongly that downloads and dollar spent is actually not a good indicator of whether or not there's a good game, especially given the fact. Especially given the fact that Ouya is a free-to-try model, so every single game on Ouya is free to try. You can do microtransactions, or you can have a shareware game where it's a demo and a fully paid version. But what we think is what signifies a good game is engagement.
Yeah.
And so what we are going to expose are metrics that indicate a good game based on engagement. And those are things like how many times a game is played over a certain period of time, how many times from the moment you turn on your box do you play that game, how many friends do you tell to play this game. And it's things that really indicate that people are playing this game, which signifies it's a good game. And those are the metrics that we're going to use. And they will grow as we get more games, and they will grow as we get more users. But that's how we're going to, that's what our discovery is going to be based on, is engagement.
Good way to be.
Yeah.
So you touched on this notion of telling friends. Is there going to be a social network built into this as well? A game setter type of a model?
Can I admit to that? Because the idea of having a social aspect to it, and I'm going back to the education side of it, do you guys have plans on top of that to add to game jams, contests, to kind of promote the educational side of it? Just to add to it.
Yeah, for sure. So we will have community features. It's just not a day one feature, and that's predominantly because we want the audience to grow and we wanted to build something great for day one. So the hope is by the end of 2013 that we'll start adding a lot of those community features. What we are finding with a lot of the games that are being submitted, the games being talked about, is local multiplayer is a love of Ouya. Like, we are seeing a ton of local multiplayer games, which is really exciting. Ouya supports up to 4 controllers, so you can sit on your couch again and play with your friends. From an education standpoint, so we just concluded our first game jam. We did it with Killscreen. It was a 10-day game jam to get to prototype. Friends of Ouya helped with the prizes, and we had $45,000+ of prizes over 6 categories with awesome judges. Adam Saltzman and Phil Fish and Alicia Day, and a number of others. And that's the finalists get announced on Monday. And then the winners get announced a couple weeks later. So that's the first of many game jams that we want to do to support, discovering great content, bringing it to you.
Hold on real quick. I just wanted to go back to the metrics question. What type of metrics will we will be exposed to developers after they release their game?
Anything available to us is available.
That was my question, Jesse.
Yeah, because I know like Steam has a great model when as a developer you can log in, you can see your sales, how things go, and then they give you control over your pricing as well. And I think that's works really well. At least as a developer, that's really appealing.
Yeah, no, we want to give you a look. The cool thing about Ouya is you don't have to build a 40-hour game and launch it and see how it does and then hope you made the best decisions, right? It allows you to build the game that you want, let gamers play it, and then you can continue to iterate and grow on it and change the business model and change the pricing accordingly. So we'll give you all the metrics that will make your business better, and if they will set the expectation, they will be something day one, and they will get better every single day and forever.
Hey Julie.
Yeah.
Are you going to have your own monetization methods like Google Wallet has theirs for Android? Or is there going to be like an O-Wallet?
We would probably call it O-Wallet if we had one. We don't have any plans right now to do that. Right now we want to we're going to support credit cards and debit cards out the gate. By the time retail launches, we'll be supporting prepaid cards and digital tokens. And then Ouya is really international. And as we grow by location, we'll add additional currencies, and then we'll also add additional payment methods that are more appropriate for the particular.
So with your login, you put your credit card in,
Correct.
Save it, and then you can buy or whatever, right?
You're good to go.
Oh.
Me.
Yeah, make sure you ask for the credit card at startup like iOS does.
So this is what happens. You get your Ouya, you pair your controller, you set up your Wi-Fi, you enter in your credit card information.
Mandatory stuff.
I was forced to allow the ability for people to skip it. If they skip it, they can search the store and get super excited about your content, and then when they click download, they have to enter their credit card information.
Yeah.
Yes. So, or prepaid card, or some ability to charge.
Yes, awesome.
Oh, we got a new player.
I had to share it.
I
That was the
know.
hardest video game to ever share.
Yeah.
So for games like ours, like Leisure Suit Larry, that aren't level based, or have in-game transactions, how do we do the timed demo?
It's totally up to you. So you can do a time demo, you can do a level. You can decide what that.
In Android, there's an ability to do it.
Yeah, usually, yeah. You'll through our ODK, you'll implement our in-payment API, and then you just have to create whatever the trigger is. But it's up to you. I mean, it's whatever amount of time or level is necessary to hook the gamer
What's
to want
the
more.
split?
70-30 split.
Yeah.
70% developers.
What about curation? I mean, what kind of filter will be in place?
Yeah, so we'll have the algorithmic filtering based on the engagement metrics that we talked about, and then there will be a curation, but it will be more than just by category. We actually want to really describe what games are, and so get down much more into the detail of how a game is described. We also are really fortunate that we have a lot of good friends, and what I want to do is have the developer playlists. So this is Jesse's picks for this week, and there's Brian Fargo's picks and Ed Free's picks, and just find a way to expose great content. That's just what are we playing that we love. There actually are a lot of good business models out there, not necessarily in games that we're going to borrow.
One thing I wanted to throw out, we're at a Microsoft Unity event a couple of weeks ago, and as a developer, it was very appealing, but the way they're doing it is they do 70-30, and then once a game reaches or surpasses, what was it, 20,000? 25,000, it goes, 80-20.
80-20, there you go.
I'm just throwing that out there. That's pretty cool.
That's the new range, Julie, come on.
Just saying, it's pretty cool.
I will take it.
Let's start over here.
On a platform this open and easily rooted, what's the plan to prevent piracy?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, a couple things. First of all, the box will be as secure as any other Android device on the market. That may or may not make you feel warm inside. But we're doing other things. We're obfuscating the code. We're tying the games to individual boxes. Also, anything that's paid is behind servers, so it requires server authentication. So you might be able to grab a game, but you're not going to be able to do anything with it. If you root your box, you root your box. We're giving you the freedom, but we're also going to make it more secure at the same time. And really, at the end of the day, one of the reasons we chose the free-to-try model is because there's no reason to, take a game. It's free to try.
Did you say tying games to boxes or to user accounts?
User accounts.
User accounts, okay. Or here, you next, yeah.
You can call me with a mouthful of French fries.
Are they good French fries?
Excellent fries.
Okay, then we'll let you swallow.
Hi, Julie, LeVon Lewis, Head Rush Games. We love you.
Thank you.
How do we get a kit? We've got multiple titles that are slated for release in the next 6 months, and how do we get?
I think you'd like to get to like 40.
Yeah.
What was your number? What was the highest?
Just beat me.
156.
156. So you got to get to 157. You get Dev Console.
Oh, okay.
What about the size of the binaries that we can upload?
Yes. Bob, do you know the answer?
Size of the binaries? Yeah, I have the answer.
10 gigs. How big?
Oh, 750 megabytes.
What?
Well, I did know that. Yes.
No, so the first download is 750, and then you guys can push as much content as you want, but you'll be pushing it from your servers. But we'll push the first 750. Good job.
That's better.
There's another question over here, next to him. Wait, did he have a question?
The controller so we can get the high score.
Hold on, over here.
So one of the problems I've seen with Uplay especially is that we have a lot of non-child-friendly games. What are we going to be able to do with parental controls or any kind of filtering or?
Yeah, so I'm a mom, so I think about that all the time. So it won't be there day one. But the hope is, there's a lot of features we want to add. Right now, one box is tied to one account. We want to make sure that one box has multiple accounts. We want to make sure that there's parental controls. It's going to be similar, the way that you purchase will be similar to iTunes to the extent that you can enter your password and then you can go a period of time without entering it again because it's not on a mobile device, it's in your house. So we'll want to turn that on and off based on your parent. So just know that we will get them all in there. It just is going to be a phased approach.
What about some kind of cert process to keep vulgar?
So yeah, we do have a review process. It is light. It's more for IP, making sure there's no IP infringement and malware, and you're not doing anything, like uber illegal that's obvious, and that kind of stuff. So we will review for that kind of stuff. I think we're gonna do some sort of age gating for super mature titles. So we'll have some sort of something. It's on the software feature list for launch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone over here had a question? I saw a hand over there. No? All right, over here.
Time for certification.
Yes. As fast as we can humanly make it. But what we are going to do is we're going to update it daily. So at the end of every day, we'll tell you how long it's taking. So you'll know. And if daily is too challenging for the team, then it'll be weekly. But the point is, we will update it. As I hate making promises and then they hear about it later and I'm in so much trouble. But no, we're going to update it and let you guys know. I mean, we want to make it as quick as possible. We're building a scalable team so that if it gets unruly, then we just add more people and we make it happen.
Advertising networks, anything in?
No ads on, you can have ads in your game if you want, but no ads on the game.
But I mean, in terms of like ads in the game, we can use whatever network we want.
Anything you want. And Ouya does not take a piece of any of that.
Over here.
Yeah, I just had a question about, I don't know, related in general to philosophy about taxonomies and things like that, and curating your store. I'm just wondering if, this is clearly a lot of your design principles are much more centered around demand and supply end, and you're privileging the consumer, which I think is really great. Congratulations to you for doing that. My question is, have you thought about using some of that goodwill to help curate your store in interesting ways, like Netflix, for example, used manpower to add tags to create custom lists of, steampunky warm movies, which isn't really something you can algorithmically do, but it's something that develops over a human system, allowing people to make their own lists of their favorite games. If they match up with other users, that could be an interesting kind of discovery method. It's something that certainly markets like Apple boxes off that kind of access.
It's actually good.
I think that's an awesome idea.
Thank you.
So Bob, take notes. No, I think that's great. Yeah, because look, staff picks, we'll have them, right? But you guys don't really care what we think is the best. That's why I was saying we'll have developer picks. We could have, top gamers lists. Absolutely, and that's actually the other reason that we're really trying to focus on engagement, because it's not about, a game can be downloaded a ton and nobody plays it. Look at the top 10 games of some app stores. We've all downloaded some of them and we never play them, but they're still there because it's still the biggest number of downloads. So, and I think we allow. I mean, Bob, correct me wrong, but I think right now we allow 3 tags per game, and you can actually enter in your own tags, so you're not forced to just pick from a drop down. So that'll help. And then I guess to your point, if we see enough of a new tag, then that'll become a category.
Actually, that does bring up kind of.
Student games is a category.
Made in Austin.
Made in Austin.
I was going to actually ask what the current discoverability methods are.
How many games should I have from Made in Austin to make a Made in Austin channel?
Made in Texas.
By March. Made in Texas?
Let's go to Texas.
Open horns? Or is that bad?
No, that's good here.
You realize we're the second largest state in the union for game development.
That's right.
First being Alaska.
California's number 1.
Yes.
California's one? Dude, I just went to Montreal. Oh my god. Montreal is amazing.
Yeah.
Game
That's
development.
Canada. We can't actually count them as a state.
I'm just saying.
Their province.
I went to the IGDA Montreal chapter did a demo night. 400 people.
That's their big annual deal. Yeah.
It was awesome. It was
They plan that
freezing
all
cold,
year.
Oh yeah.
and it was awesome. I like that. Games from Austin.
I had a question back
Put that
there.
on the list. Seriously.
Not to take it back or bring it down, but certification documentation, anything like that would prevent us from being able to put anything on the store.
We will be releasing our content guidelines. I think next week. We're working on them right now.
Okay.
So, in fact, give me your email address because I will send them to you early, and I will get your feedback on what you think.
Us too, please.
He's very good.
I'll take feedback. We're trying to it's hard to sort of communicate. It's hard to communicate what you want and keep it open, but also create some semblance of I think it's important for gamers to know, get an idea of what it is they're going to download, right? So there has to be something, but defining it is a challenge, and I don't think anybody's done it in a really good way. We love it in a good way. So yeah, if you want to take a look at it and provide me some thoughts, I would love to share it.
Yeah, it would be good to, for example, know the title safe rules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those numbers are high up there.
When you release in one territory, does it go across everywhere at once?
So you can upload games. So it'll be default worldwide, but if you want to, do it selectively and test it, you can choose your location. We'll do our best to update it and the like, and do our best to keep it controlled.
Both give, bro.
Don't vulgar to control it.
Yeah.
We're still, wait, where are we? 151? We're still 151? 156.
Hey, we got a question back there?
Yeah. How does Ouya handle peripheral devices? Haven't actually heard anything about that.
Yeah, so we're Bluetooth enabled. So any device that can pair, go for it. Yep. In fact, I'm waiting for someone to build the app that goes on the mobile phones and the tablets, so that you can use that as an additional controller.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Julie, we're building a portal for PC and Mac based games, and obviously it links to iOS and the Android store. How do we link to the Ouya store from our web portal?
To do what?
Is there like a badge that says available on Ouya?
Oh, you like marketing to help promote me to help promote you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just gotta hire a marketing person. We're still so lean. But yes, no, we're actually right now we're working on sort of the branding guidelines so people can actually legally use our trademark so that we don't lose our trademark.
And then link it directly to the...
Yeah, and then the next thing will be like my games is available on Ouya. I gotta talk to Eve though, because we want that to be really cool. But yes, absolutely, thank you.
And then since there's Android browsers, we can adapt an Android browser to the Ouya, right?
Yeah. No, Chrome I think already works on there. Firefox is working on there too.
Working on it. I read that. It's awesome.
So you think?
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if there's any plans for the official Unity integration for Ouya, or is there going to be a Flash native extension as well?
We're talking to Adobe about Flash. It's a little bit harder to do in Android. So we're working with them to figure out a way to make it great. So the hope is yes.
There's been some great activity from the community on the forums that I've seen.
Oh yeah? Okay. Let me show me after, or write it down, email me.
Someone over here was raising their hand. Oh, okay. We'll just score.
As a side note, you can actually export Air for Android stuff that would probably work on that already without having to do straight Flash.
Someone over here. Someone else raised their hand. You? Yep.
Will there be a point we can get access to the revised controllers for dedicates?
At launch. I mean, they'll function, the exact same way, but hopefully a little bit better. But at launch. Or March with Kickstarter backers and
Any other questions over there?
I'll go again. I've seen a lot of indie developers, on Twitter, seem to misunderstand the whole free-to-play part of it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them find for the microtransactions and the normal free-to-play these days to be an anathema. And I don't know, I guess it's just an observation that, and maybe...
That's why I haven't said free to play once tonight.
Right.
So, that's why I'm saying free to try.
Exactly.
It's just a word that means so many different things to different people. It's actually quite polarizing. I know, you forced me to say it. But Ouya is free to try. So basically, I like to say we support microtransactions, shareware, and subscription-based games. But anytime you see that, it would be great if you could help educate. Terry Kavanaugh and I went back and forth for a while on Twitter. That was my first fun, and hopefully only back and forth integration. My favorite was someone who said, "Mom and Dad, please stop fighting." I was like, I'm not fighting, I'm just saying.
It's bringing 90s innovation to the 21st century.
Yeah.
Pretty challenge.
Since there's such a big emphasis on free-to-play with microtransaction models, et cetera, would you prefer, or is there a system set up so that transactions like that would go through Ouya, or is it a third-party developer thing?
Yeah, so part of our ODK is our in-app payment API, our payment API. At the end of the day, no matter if it's shareware or microtransactions, it's an in-app payment, so I can say that. But yeah, so you'll implement our API, and that way we'll make sure you get paid and you get the reporting that you need and everything. Yeah.
Another question I had, because I saw a YouTube video of someone that was that hacked the box, was they had OnLive running, so they were playing like Red Faction and all that crazy stuff. Is there any official talks with OnLive or any of those type of streaming services?
Yeah, so we made an announcement with OnLive during Kickstarter that we would bring them to the box, so we're working hard to make that happen.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about third-party payment schemes? Like Windows 8 lets you do your own payment scheme if you want?
No.
No.
All right, now, I want to make sure you guys get paid. I want to make sure everything goes well. I mean, it may happen over time, but not day one.
Question.
Yes.
For user information on credit cards, is that stored at your end or on the device?
It is stored with our payment providers, so I don't have to be PCI compliant.
Excellent. Okay.
Yes. People that do it for a living.
Did everyone get that?
What was that?
Where the credit card information was going to be stored?
Where?
But the payment provider. Yeah, in a secure place with a stuff.
Sue them.
Sue them.
It's not going to be stored in a blank text or straight up. No encryption.
There goes my new business model.
Anyone else? No other questions? No other general questions about
I'm going to
Ouya?
be around all night, so if you want to ask me something
Way back
later,
there.
you can.
I apologize if this has already been covered. Are there any built-in systems to the API, like achievements, etc., that are console-wide?
Not day one. I mean, we hope to do it by the end of the year, but not for launch.
Or we call it O-ranking?
No, that's
something
O-rank
else?
would be our algorithm for discovery and
Oh.
curation. Achievements will be, I'm sure, some other crazy.
Oh, something.
Yeah. Although we did get away from it for username. We tried, and then we just decided username was best.
Yeah. Achievements, right?
Achievements. You better trademark that now. Anyone else?
Bob? What's the highest number in the office?
450.
By who? John? Or Eddie?
I think it's the other guy. What's his name?
That
big enough. Finn?
Yeah, hey, so like, what do I have to do to get one as early as possible, even if I have to buy it? But we need it as soon as we can get it, and we need 3, you know what I mean? And if that's too greedy, we at least need 1.
Yeah.
And
So you
what
can
do we
get
need
it
to
from
do
the
to
site
get
today. They ship in June.
No way.
Oh, well, actually, you can, well, it comes with an emulator, correct? The ODK, so
Yeah.
you could actually start working on games with the emulator that's included with the ODK. On top of that, I believe Nexus 10. Yeah, I believe there's a spec sheet I saw on the internet, and it's like if you want to, actually you guys put it out. It's if you
Nexus
want,
7.
Yeah, Nexus 7, that's what it was. It was Nexus 7. That's going to be the easiest thing to do. No, yes.
The hard question, numbers. So what are targets in terms of your soft launch in June? Where are we at?
Millions and millions.
Yeah. Well, what's realistic for us to?
I don't know. I mean, we feel very confident about the
50,000,
total
100,000,
number.
200,000?
I honestly don't know. I mean, we've been selling units every single day from the website. The total number has grown month over month. We had, we've been on the homepage on Amazon for every day since we launched, and that's not a paid placement. That's based on clicks and interest. So all the numbers are super encouraging, and we're still months away, and we haven't done a significant marketing campaign. So I'm optimistic, but I don't, it's all about the content that we can talk about that you guys make. That's what's gonna make the difference. I hope it's a lot.
I mean, it's literally so easy to adapt a game. So it's not like it's a barrier to entry. I mean, the only barrier to entry is $99.
Yeah, $99, and in Unity Pro. Oh, assuming you use Unity, all we did was we had our Unity Pro license. We just built, done, and it was on there. It's not bad.
For Android in general, the barrier to entry is so much difficult because of the fragmentation. So there's no fragmentation with this device. It's one device.
That's right. That's my pitch.
Yeah. Over here, the glasses.
Is there any kind of notification center of like asynchronous games that can push the messages?
Yeah, I think we're trying to get the notifications in there for the March unveiling. If we don't, it'll be there before the June launch. So there'll be some semblance of notifications, yeah.
And that's notifications for
something.
And I guess you guys will be, as you guys, I guess it would work like every other ones. As you guys publish new updates to your OS and all that, just
Yeah.
downloads.
You haven't played the box in a certain number of hours. It's between this time and this time. Bam. And we use an always-on device too, which is great. You know, so if you wanted to use it as your entertainment media center or to play apps, I mean, there's not a huge boot up.
Music is catchy.
Any other beta tools like test flight or things like that that we can use to segment off our community?
I haven't.
Mission? No?
Any other questions? Yes.
So one of the problems with the dev kits is a lot of them, the power plug actually falls out.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
something
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit.
Part of that's because of the material and the weight, but the power plug is just falling out without moving it or anything.
It just pops out. It's like really odd. Like when I pick up my Ouya, it just pops out. There's not a click on the.
Will you email me?
For which popping out?
The power plug just popping out. Like they feel like there's no click when it goes in.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a click?
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
There is. There's going to be a click.
That's good.
There's a click.
Back there.
Okay, you know what's going to happen now. That's going to get tweeted and posted. So now there has to be a click.
Well, I was saying yes to me emailing Goofy.
Oh, nice try. Yeah.
Yep.
We have 2 games that are shipping in the next 3 months, and we'd love to adapt them for the Ouya. But if I'm understanding, we can buy a console tomorrow, but we won't have it before June.
You can buy a console tomorrow for June, or you can play this game today and beat 156, and you'll get one. Play the game.
An avenue other than beating the high score on this game right now.
Because you're coming out of my personal supply. I only have so many they allowed me to keep.
You could go in a time machine and
honestly, I will say I have seen 1 or 2 on eBay.
We'll go talk to Jesse there.
So check it out.
Beg your friends for access.
But you're saying with the ODEV kit, if you tool it up with the comparable controller, you basically done the porting work to get it.
Yeah, I got mine too. I mean, well, mine right now is in San Francisco, but I can have them ship it back, and if I have my Ouya shipped back, you guys can borrow it. But they're not paying attention.
Well, there are rental opportunities, so we're renting you Ouyas out now.
Yeah, I've already.
That would be amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah, I lent my Ouya out to one of my friends and then shipped it out to San Francisco, and I should be getting it back here pretty soon. And at that point, whoever is interested in wanting to hammer away at it before the March release or whatever can totally just contact me, and I'll just lend it out.
Actually submitting to the store, though, do you have to have the device, or is it?
You just have to.
$510 on eBay.
That's less than it was at Kickstarter.
Yeah, for the elite ones, I think it was what, 600? $699. But yeah, like I said, when I get mine back, I can lend it out. So either Finn or you, whoever's faster, can just get it. We're not going to be ready for launch, so right now I'm trying to get as many people like into it. You have any? Yes.
So does it have a browser, and if it does it have HTML5?
It's using the standard Android browser right now. Like I said, I know Firefox is being moved onto it. I don't know if the Chrome, if full build of Chrome is going on it or not, but I'm not sure. Does the regular default Android browser HTML5 compliant? Because it's there. Like if you were to quit out of this game, you go to apps and it's right there. You just hit browser and you can launch.
If I call application URL in Unity though, on here, does it call the browser?
I don't know. I am an artist. I do not know what that means.
But does that? Can I call a URL and summon the browser?
Bob.
Sorry, I'm texting Movie right now to see.
Can you do cross-app referencing so you can like pass URLs and like do other calls for like Prime 31 and like other plugins that you can access other
Prime 31.
Prime 31, no.
I mean, like Prime 31 that has some ways of like working with other apps that are on there.
I don't know.
That's probably a good one to look into.
That's a great question.
All right.
Hold
on, we got
all the stump questions.
We got Jennifer here.
I don't have a question so much on the statements, and some people did not get an Ouya, and some people didn't have it. We're willing to put together an event where people who have an Ouya will bring it to a location, and we can have like a day, a few hours.
Like a dumpster?
Not a dumpster.
Brown bag?
Yeah.
The middleman?
An office space I was thinking of actually.
You made it sound a little seedy.
Yes, so download the emulator, check it out, get started, and then when you want to actually do a little playtesting on a machine, if we can get kind people who will bring their machine to this event, then the people who can borrow it, we can do a transfer that way.
Yeah, just let me know when it is, and I'll get my Ouya back for that. And I'm sure other people here would be interested in that. Yes.
Download emulator for the Ouya system. Is that what that?
Yeah, the ODK is up at devs.ouya.net. TV.tv.
Everything's .tv.
.tv. It's all there for you. Yes.
I have been lucky enough to get my hands on a dev kit and a controller. How is the touchpad and the controller going to change before launch?
Nothing. I mean, the touchpad will get smoother and it'll be faster. You can also, in the settings, you'll be able to change the speed.
Okay.
But the functionality is the same. It just will be better.
The plastic will be more responsive too.
Yeah, that's what I meant by better.
Is the surface area going to be exactly the same?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Any other questions? Yep.
Do any applications run in the background?
Do you know?
I actually didn't look into that. There's no real fast way to swap apps, like you know how you can hit the home key or whatever. And I honestly didn't look into that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think every time you shut down an app, it shuts down.
Yeah.
Because you hit the Ouya key and it takes you back to the front. Yeah, I think they shut down.
I've done that and gone and relaunched my app, and it was still running where I left it off.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think I've switched between two different apps that way.
I had very limited experience with it because I had to just send it out to my friends and my programmers.
We'll find out. Maybe while we're here.
Writing it down.
Some level of resume would be great.
Somewhat.
Some level of resume.
The start button. I think that's what everyone was talking about. Some kind of pause button.
We have GTA on here, and you can like leave in the middle of the street and go do something and come back, and then he's still just standing in the middle of the street.
We have you guys addressed the whole start button thing yet? For a pause.
I mean that there's only one button.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a time thing. So it's like 3 seconds to pair, 5 seconds to something, 10 seconds to yeah. It's gonna be time.
Yeah, as long as there's that option.
Yeah, no, there will be. We're working on that right now.
Okay, that's good. Yes.
Is there some kind of toast or something that pops up when your friends come online, that kind of thing?
Once we have community, yeah, we just don't.
Come on,
We won't be there right now. Get there.
That was awesome.
That's an example of emotional immersion from television gaming.
You can't.
Well, I'll be
you
here
can't
all night.
replicate
So thank you guys so much.
that. Yes, that's.
All right, so Jennifer did it, so I have one other thing that came up from a question someone had about Julie's comment about the categories, and someone said, made in Austin. Well, wouldn't that be a nice thing for someone to care about, where a game is made? I mean, you think about it from a consumer standpoint, if you buy something like food, you might care what's in it, and then you might care where it was made. Or if it was a film, you might be, interested in what was filmed. It was outside or something. It might actually define the character of the product. But how many people care who made these games? I mean, they have Swedish names, but do I know where they're from? I don't. Yeah, I would challenge everyone that really cares about the idea of made in Austin. Let's make that mean something positive. And let's make it a mark of quality. It's like, oh, it's made in Austin. Therefore, it's awesome.
One of the things that we're doing on the Dinosaur side is like on our main website, one of our main slides says, a new studio in the heart of Texas, Austin, Texas. And then in our credits, we're also going to be putting, made in Austin, Texas. So we're going to be pushing that as hard as possible.
Very good. Got the Alamo in our game. What's up?
For the record, this is Unicorn 7, and they're in Denmark.
Cool.
So,
there you go. Yeah.
Can we show our Ouya game?
Yeah, bring it up. Let's connect it. We want to check stuff out. I want to make sure that everyone that wants to have a chance can go and actually use the controller and actually play the game. And then can we sideload that onto this over here?
Yes.
Well, they're only plugged into the one controller.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll plug it back in after.
But tell me to power on, probably, right? That way the.
And also, wait, the sign-in sheet? Yeah, if you haven't signed in, the sign-in sheet, we need you guys to sign in and sign-in sheet.
Just before you leave.
Yeah, before you leave. Okay. But yeah, just thanks for coming out and come ask questions.